At the beginning of what we know to be the PC platform wars, I thought that the revenue cut the Epic Games Store was offering to developers was fantastic. With most of the profits going to these people, I even thought that this would give the Epic Games Store an advantage, because most of us thought that they would continue to treat developers better than the other storefronts did. But the better revenue split is just about the only thing Epic does right for developers, since now if you say no to Epic exclusivity, they will throw a temper tantrum because you are not supposed to decline their charitable offer, and they will decline your game entirely. I defend indie game developers all of the time. I think that larger companies and even some consumers just do not realize how important they are to our industry. They take risks that, yes, can go terribly wrong, but they also bring so much innovation to the table. Big game publishers focus more on numbers, creating another clone of something else that already exists because they know that it will sell, or just making another entry in a franchise with 15 other titles in it, like the Call of Duty franchise, because they know that inevitably it will sell. And indie developers focus so much on their vision, even if it may not pay off the way they anticipated. So hearing developers that do not have such an impactful voice be wronged by such large presences in the industry, it really disappoints me. The developer of Darq posted an article on their website titled "Why I Turned Down Exclusivity Deals from the Epic Store, developer of Darq," and they are honest about how they felt about going to an Epic Games Store exclusivity, saying that of course they like money, but they are very serious about working in the industry, and they did not want to ruin their credibility of their studio, since almost every game that has gone exclusive for Epic Games has gotten so much negative press. Now, I just want to say that I do not think that this would have been the largest problem, since it is not an established franchise that has existed on other platforms for years. They also say that since it has been listed to launch on Steam since late 2018, again, they did not want to disappoint fans, and it was just important to offer players options. I am very glad that they really took into consideration what their consumers would want and made good on their promise to launch on Steam. It is always good to see from larger or smaller developers. But this is the part that I really wanted to delve into today, one of their opening statements from this article. On July 27th, Saturday, I uploaded a new trailer announcing Steam's launch date. On July 30th, Tuesday, I was contacted by the Epic Store proposing that I enter into an exclusivity agreement with them instead of releasing Darq on Steam. They made it clear that releasing Darq non-exclusively is not an option. I rejected their offer before we had a chance to talk about money. So because they declined to go into a contract with Epic, Epic refused to put their game in their store. Epic is abusing the influence that they have. They are willing to completely shut out developers because they decline to go exclusive, and that is not okay. Epic is refusing to give developers a platform for an awful reason, and no developer deserves what Epic is doing. Developers deserve to have the options of going exclusive or not, and they should not have to worry about being shamed by companies just because they want to explore having their titles on other platforms. Platforms they promised their consumers that the game would be on. Tim Sweeney said that they were creating exclusives to create more competition in the market, acting as if he was the hero in the industry, that he will make the evil Valve give developers a better deal by forcing their hands. But when this is how you act towards developers, this is not making the industry better. This is about greed, and this is about making money. And yes, as a corporation, this is what you are supposed to do, but at the same time, you are not supposed to cover it up with lies and rhetoric. Even if he hadn't lied about his true intentions, and even though some think that Epic's business practices are anti-consumer, if he had said differently, maybe we would not be having this type of conversation. They should have just said, we are creating exclusives because we want to compete, not because they care about the industry. Now, I have seen some people point out that yes, there is obviously a little bit of context missing. The Epic Game Store email says thank you for getting back to us, meaning that there were at least 2 other emails not shown. We do not know what the developer said to Epic or what Epic said back to them, but I would assume that it just goes along the lines of what they said and posted on Reddit, saying that Epic reached out to them with the Epic exclusivity deal right after releasing the trailer, which announced the Steam release date. And because it was in the top 50 most wishlisted games on Steam, this is why Epic reached out to them. I just think that Epic is acting so unprofessional. Developers do not deserve to deal with being treated like this. And this is for sale through Steam and GOG. I always say purchase things through GOG's site. It is an amazing PC platform, and I personally purchase every game there that I can. So at least check out the game and consider supporting the developer that had to deal with the situation. I have not purchased it personally, but I definitely have been considering it, and if I do, I will end up streaming it. So I suppose we will see, but if you like this video, please make sure to share it and give it a like, and of course if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.